Hey yo, who here on YouTube came to see the NCP? One more for the good guys. Before I get started, on TNA last week, just got to do a quick shout out to all subscribers to the channel and to the followers on Rumble, 475, YouTube 153, Rumble. Thank you to the people who like, comment, support the channels. Gonna be another busy week. There's always some shit going on. So I don't want to waste any more time. Let's get into it. Start off first match of the night. Got Brian Myers from Trust the System versus the greatest president of all time. In Ali, we trust the best heel in 2025, Mustafa Ali. It was a short match. As you fast forward to the finish, Mustafa Ali rolls out Brian Myers for the 1, 2, 3. Mustafa Ali goes over. Afterwards, before Mustafa Ali can even celebrate, he gets his ass speared. We then get a stare down between Agent Zero and the face of the franchise, Moose. And I still have no idea who Agent Zero is. But he headbutts the shit out of Moose. A brawl breaks out between Order 4 and the system. We then move on backstage with Nick Nemeth and Nick Nemeth's brother. He was like, my brother is finally back. He's the best brother of all time. We're the best brother tag team of all time. And tonight we're cashing in our rematch clause to get back our TNA tag team titles back. The titles we should have never lost in the first place. Nick was like, look, calm down. Alright, stop interrupting me. Right, but he is correct. We are the best brother tag team ever in history. Alright, we beat the Hardys before, we'll beat them again, and we're going to become a two-time TNA tag team champions. We then move on backstage to Concierge and Danny Luna. The Concierge was like, Danny Luna, just the woman I was looking for. I see that hunger in you and I like it. I know exactly what it is you want. It's a shot at the most prestigious title here in TNA, and that's the TNA Knockouts Championship. Well, I'll tell you what, right? You rub my back, and I will definitely rub yours, if you know what I mean. You take out Indy Hartwell tonight, rough her ass up, and just give her a beating like she's never been beat before. And I promise you, I'll see what I can do about getting you a shot against Ash by Elegance down the road. We then move on. We see ODB in the building, showing off her food truck with Big Al. And I gotta tell you, alright, or for one, it's been like 15 years since I've been to a food truck. But that pulled pork sandwich look fucking delicious. Like, I'm not gonna hold you. Alright, I would tear that thing up. Alright. It was always good to see ODB. Alright, and I did my top 10 favorite female wrestlers of all time. But ODB, she's right there in that top 15. Like, probably say like a good, probably like 12 or 13 if I had to rank it. No, but she's definitely up there. Underrated as fuck. You know, all these people are talking about the anti-diva this, the AJ Lee that. The anti-diva is right here. That the quintessential anti-diva is ODB. But we didn't get a match between Kid Icarus versus Eric Young. Alright, decent match what it was. Fast forward to the finish. We see, say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. Joe Hendry in the building causes the distraction to Eric Young. Kid Icarus hits the jackknife pin for the 1, 2, 3. Kid Icarus with the biggest win in his career, going over a former two-time TNA World Heavyweight Champion. Alright, this enrages Eric Young as he lays out the referee with one punch man. And we need that world-class Maniac theme song back. It's so good. Too good. I'm just saying. Alright, but we move on backstage with Jody Threat and Alicia Fox, aka Victoria Crawford, on the Chump Bucket podcast. Alright, Jody Threat looked really good here tonight. Alright, Alicia was like, I'm so glad to have you on here. You're my first guest. I know you don't have like any like real friends or anything like that. And Jody was like, whoa, hold up, slow down. Alright, slow your roll. Alright, I have people that care about me and people that I care about. Okay? They get interrupted by Gia. Gia says, listen, Alicia, I'm not mad at you. Alright, Quinn, let it be known that if Tessa ever puts her hands on me at any arena, at any time, I'm gonna fuck her up. And Alicia was like, like, oh my, there's no profanity here at the Chump Bucket. She then walks off talking about some shit. I don't fucking know, man. She's doing the whole ditzy R-Truth gimmick. Yeah. Just, I don't know, man. But we move on. Got the Rascals doing that 70s show skit. Alright, smoke them, we got them. Hey, they got them all. Even Tati Morella was getting involved. He had himself the munchies, chewing on some carrots, looks like. Alright, but we move on to the next match. We got 6-woman tag team match. Got the Inspiration teaming up with Mother Russia, Moshe Slamovic, who got herself into some trouble this week. Alright, now, best believe I'm doing a video. Alright, well, I want to wait. Alright, because it ain't looking good so far. Or heard some indie company canceled her appearance there that was scheduled. If you don't know, basically her ex-boyfriend Akira from MLW, I don't know if he's still there or not, accused her of extreme abuse, to say the least. Alright, as of right now, I haven't heard anything on Moshe's end, and I want to see how TNA plays this out because this involves one of their biggest stars currently. So, best believe I'm going to make a video. Alright, but I want to wait. I want to wait and see how shit plays out. But we get the concierge coming out. He says, all you pigs here in Minnesota need to stand up and show some damn respect to the greatest faction of all time. And get yourself a bottle of elegance. While you're at it, stand up. Raise your head up high or bow down to the Elegance brand. They come out, we get the match. We fast forward to the finish. Ash by Elegance splashes Peyton Royce with a face full of champagne. Heather by Elegance rolls her up with the schoolgirl with the feet on the ropes for the 1, 2, 3. Brand goes over. We then move on with the King speech with the King here at TNA, King Cass, Killer Cass, aka Frankie Kazarian, who says, now I know here in Minnesota you're accustomed to a prince, but now you're in the presence of a king. King here at TNA, and that is Frankie Kazarian. Welcome to the King's speech. Alright? Hosted by one handsome son of a gun, alright, a former decorated multiple-time champion here at TNA. And I have a special guest I'd like to bring out for all you people here tonight, someone you know very, very well. Right. Come on out. Then we see the return of Mr. Anderson. It doesn't hit the same as Mr. Kennedy. I'm just saying, doesn't hit the same. Alright, but Mr. Anderson comes through. It's been 9 years. 9 years since he's been in TNA. all right, comes through, gets a nice little pop here from the crowd here at Minnesota. He tries to shake Frankie's hand. Frankie completely dismisses him. He says, "Look at you, Mr. Anderson, former two-time TNA World Champion. You look good, pal. You look good." Mr. Anderson says, "It's been 9 years since I stepped foot in TNA, and I've been here in Minnesota for over 20 years. So yes, Minnesota is now my new home." Right? Cass says, and I heard you got a little school down here. And I ran to one of your students in the back, and I told him, light your boots on fire and get the step in. You're right. Ken was like, Ken looked appalled. All right. He says, if I'm not mistaken, you served in the Army Reserves, And from me and for everybody here in Minnesota, thank you for your service. All right. We have another jarhead in the company that's running wild with a belt he doesn't deserve, with the international title. You understand? He is a complete coward, but luckily we get my hands on him at Victory Road. Right? And then Mr. Anderson was like, whoa, wait. So you're telling me the guy, the machine gunner that did tours in Afghanistan, is a coward? Is that what you're telling me? Cass was like, hey, listen, man, like, who cares about Steve Macklin? Look, we're not here to talk about him. We're here to talk about you, man. No, we go back a long time, man. We're buddies. Remember, we were in the first one and only singles Ultimate X match. That was, 2010? And if memory serves me correct, I beat your ass. But, that's nothing new. I beat your ass a bunch of times. All right? And if I'm not mistaken, also, you have your whole family here in attendance. There's Mama Anderson out there, isn't it? And then you see Mama Anderson, and then you got your beautiful wife, Miss Anderson. She's out there too, huh? And then we see Mrs. Anderson, who looks so fucking familiar. It's like, I swear I've seen her before. Don't know where, but she looks super familiar. And even your kiddos. You got your kiddos out there in attendance. We didn't see little Anderson Jr. out there, alright? But let me tell you something. You always strike me as the type of guy that will run away from a fight. And I always wanted to ask you this, if I were to beat your ass and pummel you right in front of your family, what would you do? Would you be the deadbeat father that you are, the trash husband that you are to your wife, the loser son to your mama? How would that make you feel? Would you step up and do something about it? Huh? Then Mr. Anderson does some CQC to Cass. Right then we see Jake something coming through. He takes out Mr. Anderson, and then we see Steve Macklin coming in for the save. So obviously they're setting up a tag team match at either Victory Road or Bound for Glory. But we move on. Get the next match. We have Indie Hartwell, Indie Wrestling going up against my favorite knockout here in TNA, Danny Luna. Right, good match, probably the match of the night, at least in my opinion. Right, but fast forward to the finish. Danny Luna goes berserk, takes out the steel chair, and starts whooping Indie Hartwell's ass. Gets disqualified, follows through on her promise to rough up, fuck up Indie Hartwell. And she just multiple chair shots, bad chucking her out. We see top flight security coming through, and even these jamokes are all shook up looking at Danny Luna. And then Danny Luna goes back to whooping Indie Hartwell some more. Tremendous. Alright, you're looking at the next, well, I don't know about next, but you're looking at a future TNA Knockouts champion. But we then move on, we see Langling Lee, Zaya Brookside, Team Zaya. Alright, two underrated beautiful ladies here in Knockouts division. They announced that they are going to be known as the Angel Warriors or the Angelic Warriors. And I was just thinking to myself, all you need is Charlie, and they could be Charlie's Angels. I'm just saying, get yourself a Charlie. There you go. Right, but we then move on to the next match. We have some jabroni. I never seen this dude a day before in my life. AGZ coming out. talking a whole bunch of shit against Mike Santana. He was dissing Minnesota Vikings. I'm just thinking to myself, I'm like, why is his face a completely different color from the rest of his body? You know what I mean? Like, this dude's obviously in great shape. I'm just like, I'm looking at his head and like the rest of his body. I'm just like, they don't match up. Wait, Mr. Two-Tone out here, man. All right, but you get a impromptu match. Mike Santana comes through, makes quick work of this jobber, hits the spin block, clothesline, almost takes his man head off for the 1-2-3. Mike Santana goes over. He then calls out Trick Williams. He says that Bound for Glory, I'm gonna beat your bitch ass. Right, I'm gonna finally get my hands on you. Ain't nowhere you can run or hide, because at Bound for Glory, I will become the new TNA World Heavyweight Champion. He then gets his ass whooped by Ridge Holland. It's funny because I was talking about Ridge Holland. I don't know if it was on one of my videos, but I was just thinking to myself, where the fuck's Ridge Holland at? I'm like, I haven't seen this dude in a minute, but here he is. And obviously he's in great shape. The crowd booed shit out of him. All right. You know, obviously he's still a heel, laying out Mike Santana. So, hey, man, this is interesting. All right. Let's see. Like, listen, if Ridge Holland can't get over in TNA, that it's GG's. I mean, like, or then again, you got people like Cody Benchodes. He never got over in TNA, but look at him. If you kiss enough ass, suck enough dick, you become a top guy in no time. But I don't think Ridge Holland was going that route. So, hey, we'll see how shit plays out with Ridge here in TNA. But we move on to the main event. You got Nick Nemeth versus Nick Nemeth's brother versus the reigning, defending, undisputed TNA Tag Team Champions, the Hardys. Alright? Good match. Fast forward to the finish. We see Always Ready. Matt Cardona, he gets involved. Alright, causes a distraction. See Matt Hardy hit the Twist of Fate to Nick Nemeth's brother. Jeff Hardy hits the Swanton Bomb for the 1-2-3. And still TNA Tag Team Champions with that sexy referee smack dab in the middle. The Hardys. That is it for TNA last week. See a lot of things happening, you know. Well, what I'm really interested in to see what goes on this week, especially with the whole Master Samovic situation. So, but I know you guys' thoughts down below in the comment section. All right, but as of now, waste some guys' time. So that's it. Be safe, be blessed, take care of yourself, protect your yours, your loved ones, stay warm, stay dry, stay frosty, but most importantly, trust in God. God be with you. I'm out of here. Until next time, adios.